Hi everyone, welcome to the Dataholics YouTube channel. And this video is also in continuation with our DSA using Python series, right? In which we have already covered about time complexity, space complexity, right? Pattern printing problems, recursion, towers of Hanoi, and then, n queens problem statement using recursion. Also, we have already launched the video for linear search, binary search, problem statements using binary search from lead code. Then we are studying sorting, where we have already covered about bubble sort, right? And this video, in this video, we will cover about another sorting algorithm, which is called insertion sort, right? So this is also a very basic sorting algorithm, not very much used in the industry as in production, but it is very useful for us to understand the concept or build the foundation, right? So it is very, very helpful for any student or any learner who is willing to learn DSA the right way using Python, correct? So let us get started. Insertion sort, what it does is actually it sorts the whole array in either ascending order or descending order. So here the concept is we consider one part of the array as sorted, and then we compare the unsorted part of the array with the sorted part and place the element at the right position. So for example, take one element and insert it into the already sorted part wherever it fits according to the order. It is very efficient for small data sets, works when when the data is almost sorted, right? Because of its nature of working. This is what we will understand just after the execution, right? So the algorithm in insertion sort is like start from the second element. So we consider the first element as the sorted element. We consider the first element as the sorted element, right? And then we start from the second element. We compare this second element with all the previous elements. If it is it is smaller than the previous element, then we will shift. Otherwise, we do not shift, right? So basically what we do is we pick the second element, we compare with all the previous elements and put it on the right position, correct position according to the ascending or descending order, right? So let me help you to understand this visualization also. Let's say this is the array in which 20, 24, 6, 28, 15 and 45 are the elements. And let us try to get it sorted. So if I play it, you see, first it will consider 20 as the sorted element. The first element is marked as the sorted element. If you see this algorithm here also, the line number 1, mark first element as sorted. Then for each unsorted element X, that means for each unsorted element X means 24, 6, 28, 15, 45. These are the unsorted elements. So we will pick the element X, the first element, that is 24 here. And then we will compare this 24 with all the previous elements, that is 20. If there needs to be any swapping, so we will swap it, otherwise don't swap it. So see, 24 is already greater than 20, so it is already placed in the right position, so no swapping is done, correct? So it is put back again in the same position. Then we pick 6. So right now we are considering 20 and 24, first two elements as sorted and the rest of the elements as unsorted. We pick the first element from the unsorted array, that is 6. And we are comparing it with 24, then 20. So of course, when 6 will be compared with 24, we need to swap it to the left when we are sorting in ascending order. So see, it will be sorted right. 24 will be swapped right. But right now, just focus on one thing. We do not need to place 6 in the place of 24 because we also need to compare 6 with 20. So basically, we pick one element, we compare with all the previous elements. And once all the comparisons are done, then we put 6 at the right position. See, 26 is compared with 20 and then 6 is put at the right position. So that is about insertion sort. We pick up one element at a time and we compare it with all the previous elements and then put it at the right position, right? Then these first 3 elements are sorted, next 3 elements are unsorted, right? So let's pick 28. We will compare 28 with 24. No swapping needs to be done. Similarly, 20 and 6. See, no swapping needs to be done. So it is already placed at its whole position. So if you see the algorithm, mark the first element as sorted. For each unsorted element X, extract the element X. We first hold on like this 15 at this moment. Then for J is equal to last sort index down to 0. So we will create a loop of J from the last index, like from 28, that is 3, the index is 3, till 0. So we will run this loop till the J value becomes 0. And then we will compare the current element with all the elements. Like 15 will be compared with 25. Then 28. 28 will be shifted right. Then 15 will be compared to 24. It will be shifted right. 15 will be compared with 20. It will be shifted right. Right? So see. 15 will be compared with 28, shifted right. 24 shifted right. 20 shifted right. And 15 is placed at the correct position. So after each iteration, we put one element at the correct position. Finally, 45 will be compared with 28. But since it is already larger, so no swapping needs to be done. Right? So that's all about the insertion sort. I hope now you are able to understand how does it work. So if you want, you can just go to visualboard.net website and try this sorting visualization. It will help you understand it very, very well, right? So let us try to formulate the pseudocode and code for it, right? We have already understood about the algorithm and the whole process. Let us try to draw the pseudocode and algorithm. I always believe, guys, like while we are learning programming, now in the era of generative AI, you can easily get code from ChatGPT or any other AI tool. But if you are very sincere about your career now, so please do not directly copy paste the code. Try to solve the problem. Programming is a skill. Coding can be done through AI, but programming, logic building is something which we need to learn, right? And that is very good for our career. So we have already understood the whole process. So let us try to formulate the algorithm. So I will first create a function, let's say insertion sort is, or like insertion sort ISS array, or A only. This is my array, which is initially given to me, right? And then what I will do is I will create a loop of I for I in range. Okay, I'll tell you why I'm creating this. 0 to length of A, sorry. This is done so that we can pick one element at a time. So right now in the first iteration, I will consider, this I loop will start from 1. Why? Because I will just, okay, let me just tell you. It is 1 here, right? So, it will start from 1. Why? Because this is something which I will consider as the first element to be compared with 20. And then I will create another variable j is equal to I minus 1. Why? Because in each iteration, I want to compare the element at I index with all the previous indexes. Again, I am repeating it again. Listen to me very carefully. At each moment, I want to compare the element at I index with all the previous indexes. So j will give me the previous index, right? J, what is j? J is for previous indexes. Then I will create a loop of j while j is greater than equal to 0, because we have to compare. Let's say we pick 28. Then I will have to compare with all the previous elements till the j value becomes 0. Right? So that is why while j is greater than equal to 0. Let's say we pick 45. We have to compare with all the previous elements till j becomes 0. And so while j is greater than equal to 0 and array of, see now, okay, let me just rub it, clear it, and then we will see. So at the first moment, in the first iteration, this is our I, that is I is equal to 1. And we have to also hold it somewhere, right? So I will make a variable k is equal to array of I. Sorry, this is a bit messy, but this line, please focus. Key is equal to array of I because I want to hold I. Okay, I'll show you also by visualization. So this 24, this is my P. This is my P. J is 0. And I have to compare J with 20. So basically we have to compare key or maybe array of I. Oh, sorry, we have to compare key actually, because at every moment key with array of J. So see, if array of, now if array of J, key is greater than, less than actually. So array of key is less than array of J, right? So what we will do is, we will not directly swap. So see, array of k, that means this 24 is less than 20. For instance, let's say in the next iteration, let me help you to formulate the code very carefully. In this moment, no swapping is done. But now let's say our key at this moment is 6. 6 is compared with 24. So array of key is compared with array of j. So 6 will not be directly swapped. See, only j is shifted to j plus 1. Right? So array of j plus 1 is equal to array of j. Because see now, here when we are comparing 6 with 24, so 24 is shifted to the right. So j element is shifted to j plus 1, but key is still the same. Then we will also compare again 6 with 20. Again, the loop will go up. The value of j will become 1, right? And j will go down, go to the left actually. And then this comparison will again be done. And then again this shifting will be done, array of j plus 1. Now this time key is 6, but array of j would be 20. They will be compared again, and 20 will be shifted to the right? So again this array of j plus 1 is equal to array of j, that is done. But once we come out of the loop, that means once we have compared all the elements, then after we come out of the while loop, see the indentation, I will make array of j plus 1 is equal to key. Right? Array of j plus 1 is equal to key. And that is majorly our code section. Let me help you understand it again by dry run it so that we follow this whole thing, right? So let's say in the first instance for I is equal to, I'm doing the dry run very quickly here. So initially the value of I will be 1. K is equal to array of 1, that is 20, right? Array of I. Then j is equal to I minus 1, so 1 minus 1, 0, right? While j is greater than equal to 0, condition true, and so j is greater than equal to 0, condition true, and array of k, that is array of, sorry, key will be the, no, here it should not be array of k, it should be key only, because or else, yeah, key only. So key, let's say the key is 20 is less than 20 is, no, sorry, key is 1 na actually. So array of 1 will be 24. It is 24, yeah. So this is 24. Okay, let me just clear it. I'm sorry, I got a bit confused here, but yeah. So this is array key is 24 actually, right? So remove this array of key, just make it key only. So key is less than array of j. Array of j means array of 0, that is 24. Condition false, so no swapping done. And then array of j plus 1. That means j currently is 0, so array of 1 will become the key, which is 24. It is already the same. So basically no swapping, nothing has been done in the first iteration. Again, we will go up j, the value of j. So we have to decrease the value of j also, right? So now the value of j will become minus 1 because currently it is 0. So 0 minus 1 is equal to minus 1, and this while loop will break. J is greater than equal to 0. Again, it will go to the for loop I. So the value of I will become 1 this time. Sorry, 2 this time. Right? So I is equal to 2. Just see the viral no? Key. And now key is equal to array of I. That is array of 2, which is 6. Right? J is equal to I minus 1. 2 minus 1, 1. Right? Now while j is greater than equal to 0, 1 is greater than equal to 0, condition true. And key, which is 6, is less than array of j. Array of j is array of 1, which is 24, which is true. So now what we do is array of j plus 1, that is 2, is equal to array of j. Array of j is, j currently is 1. 24. So basically after this, what will happen is 20, and this will be blank because 24 has been shifted from here to here, and rest everything will be same, 28, 50 and 45, right? Our key at this moment is 6. Then again j is equal to j minus 1, so j value will become 1 minus 1, 0. Again while j is greater than equal to 0, condition 2, and array key again is 6, is less than array of j, array of 0, which is 20. Again it is true. So array of j plus 1, yani array of 1 is equal to array of j. J is 0, which is 20. So 20 will be shifted from here to here, right? So after this, what will happen is 20, 24, 28, 15 and 45. And then 6 will come from here to this position. After we come out of the loop, so again, j is equal to j minus 1. Okay, let me tell you how does it happen. So let's say right now, this is the stage currently, right? Now j is equal to j minus 1 means 1 minus 1, 0. Sorry, currently j was 0, so minus 1, which is, so because of which while loop will break, and we will come out of the while loop at this statement. A of j plus 1 is equal to key. So currently j is -1, j plus 1 is equal to 0, is equal to key. Key is 6. So now, hence at the 0th index, 6 will be there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you see, this portion of the array is sorted now. Next, we will consider other elements as the key, and this loop will keep iterating until the whole array is sorted. So this is the core logic of insertion sort, right? So I hope you are able to understand. If you have any confusion, just rewind, rewatch the video and try to dry run yourself on the copy pen. That is the best way to learn, guys, right? And let me take you to Google Colab and code it. See, define insertion sort array is given for I in range 1 to length of array. Why we are starting the loop of I from 1? Because first element we already mark as sorted. So we have to compare the unsorted parts. The first element will be unsorted, 0th index will be sorted. So we will compare this and this. So we hold the element in the key. We hold the I element in the key. That means, so currently 6. Let's say 6 is the key array of I. Then ij is equal to I minus 1. And then while j is greater than equal to 0, an array of j is greater than key. See, this is what exactly we have written. Array of j is greater than key, exactly, right? This condition. And so swap it, array of j plus 1 is equal to array of j, and j is equal to j minus 1. I forgot to write it here, but we were doing it in the dry run. We were actually using it in the dry run like this. But we have to write it here as well. J is equal to j minus 1 to keep iterating to the left, right? And then once we come out of the loop, array of j plus 1 is equal to key. This is exactly array of j plus 1 is equal to key, right? And that is the code. So just create an array, unsorted array, insertion sort array of print array. You will see this is sorted in ascending order. But let's say you want to do it in descending order also. So let me just copy the code. How will we do it? Let me tell you. Descending order. Only one thing will be changed here. Array of j is less than. If that is the case, then swap it. Now you see this is sorted in descending order, right? I hope you're able to understand the code, the whole algorithm and the process. So guys, trust me, I'm very much trying to help you to solve the problems, help you to learn the programming. This code can be easily copied from ChatGPT or anywhere from the Google. Even I will give you this Google Colab notebook, you can copy from here. But my humble request and humble suggestion would be to try to follow the process which I am trying to give you. So first, understand the whole process by the visualization. Then try to write the algorithm, pseudocode. Do the dry run. And if there are any errors, for example, when we dry run, so there was one error, array of key I have written by mistake. So it should be key. So this is called debugging. So debug your code. And trust me, that is only the way to be relevant in the market, to stay relevant in the market, right? So learn the whole process, problem solving, programming, right? So that's all for this video. I hope you are able to understand insertion sort. And if you really understood the video, liked the video, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, The Dataholics, and liking to this video. Share it with your friends who actually are studying DSA and sorting tech topics, right? So that's all from my side in this video. I will see you in the next video, where we will discuss about merge sort technique, which is a very efficient technique with order of log n complexity in DSA, right? So that's all. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.